Welcome to Pepe's Bar. Again, we are here tonight, and I'm really very happy having Maaike with me. And welcome. Thanks so much for accepting the invitation.
Thank you for inviting me. What are you drinking?
Yeah, I'm drinking wine. And this time I'm drinking a wine from Chile because I have a
Oh,
very good friend of mine. I know him already for 30 years, and I did my diploma within his company. Who was the person who gave me the topic,
okay.
and it's a German Chileno person, and since then we remain friends. I don't know why, but we are friends because I'm crazy, but his
We all know that.
yeah, and he when he's coming home, he always comes once a year to my place, and always on January 1st, on my birthday.
Hmm.
He just called me and said, I'm coming," and then he brings a bottle of wine, and this is one of them. So this is the one he gave to
I
me.
think this is the first time I see you drinking non-Spanish wine.
Yeah, normally when people give me wine that's not from Spain, I take them
You
for
pour it down the drain or
no, for sauce when I'm cooking.
ah.
No. I drink, of course, the wine, but of course I love the wine from Spain. But these wonderful wines from around the world. I mean,
Yeah.
I drank last week a wine that I thought it was from Spain, and it was from Hungary, and a
Hmm.
white wine, amazing one. Yeah, it was very very nice. I drank it in Spain,
Okay,
wine from.
that's confusing, but
But it was okay, but no worries. So what are you drinking?
well, you have to help me choose. I have whiskey, of course. That's my drink of choice. I have oh, it's in mirrored, but it's the Buna Heaven.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Who is
don't
from?
know. Scotland, of course.
Okay.
Scotland. So that's what I have, and I have this one is almost finished. The Jura,
Oh,
uh, also from Scotland, of course. I only drink Scottish whiskies actually,
okay.
and I have a mini bottle of the Glenlivet.
Oh, okay.
So
So it depends on how much do you want to drink, because this is a small one, on the other one you have a rest, and then you have a bottle. So
yeah, so you mean start by emptying this one?
yes,
Okay,
yeah, this is yeah.
this is completely healthy behavior. Yeah.
I have to say I'm a little bit disappointed because you are drinking whiskey from Scotland, and because I thought, but we're coming to this topic later, that you are going to drink whiskey from Japan
No, I
because
love Japan. I love
yeah.
Japan, but their whiskeys are too clean, too medicinal tasting for me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
So I love everything about Japan, but not the whiskey.
we're coming to that later. But let's
Yeah.
see. So, cheers. Thanks so
Cheers.
much. Welcome.
Mm. This is really not a lot. I will be done with this very quickly.
No worries. And in the early days, I used to drink also whiskey. And then first I started with vodka lemon, then I changed to whiskey, and then beer, and so on. But not, I didn't mix. So, but sometime I really drink whiskey on the rocks. Yes.
So
Yeah.
and then you drink beer after whiskey?
No.
Oh,
It's
okay,
there
okay,
was
okay. I was
some time
concerned.
in my life.
Okay.
It depends. It depends always on how much money I did have.
Yeah, yeah, I can understand. Yeah.
And then if I have a little money, it was beer.
Yeah,
Then have a little more money, then whiskey, vodka lemon, and then
whiskey.
whiskey. Yeah. So I have some questions, and and I think for you, I will need maybe 3, 4, 5 hours because there's a lot of things about you that the people don't know, and I think that this is amazing because you are a young person. You are a young person. Yeah, you are young. Yeah, compares to me, you are a baby.
I'm I'm nearing 40. Is that considered young these days?
Yes,
Oh,
if you are talking to me, that I am 60 now. Yeah, so
painful.
I could be your father. Yeah, and in my age, I could be even the boyfriend of Lisa Crispin. So so old I am. Yeah.
Hadn't thought about that, but thanks for putting that in my mind.
No, 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 no. She's a little bit. She's 70 now. So yeah, 70s. But yeah, that's it. So Maaike, the is I know you. Many people attended the Agile Testing Days know you, but the most of them outside, they don't know anything about the greatest Maaike. So who are
Good.
you? And that's good. Yeah, I know that. But who are you?
My God, what a first question.
Yeah,
How the hell do you answer that?
yeah. The second one is
Okay. Who am I? I'm a brutally honest person. Um, and some people love me for it, and it has got me into trouble at work for it at the same time. Um, I love nature. I love going outside, even though I live in the city. That's a bit of a pity. And I love going to the gym. The last 4 years now, I would say. And professionally, I sort of ended up in testing by accident, as I think many testers have. It was never my dream to be a tester or anything. But the Agile Testing Days made it so much better because when I was a young tester, a beginning tester, my company sent me to the Agile Testing Days as a visitor. And then I was like, oh, I have to go back. And it inspired me to become a speaker. So I had to learn a lot of new skills for that. And that was fun. Um, and it also made being a tester more fun to be really part of the community. So that's also an important part of who I am. I love being part of a community, be it professionally, but also as a lifter. I lift in a gym where everybody knows each other. So that's also a community. I'm also a musician. I play the clarinet in an orchestra. So that's also important community in my life. So yeah, community. I love communities.
wow. I didn't know about the magician things and about clarinet.
I,
So
musician. Sorry, my English is so, it's the whiskey probably. Musician. I'm sorry, man.
it's
I'm a Dutch. I'm a Dutch person trying to speak English. It's terrible.
my name is Manuel, and I learned from a book. I can tell that. So that's interesting. Um, you already said that you are brutally honest about the things. But how would you describe yourself? Really like that, or there's something more about yourself? If you need to describe yourself,
Brutally honest is still the first thing that comes to mind. Oh my god.
yeah, you
Um,
said that.
yeah.
I'm not my fault.
No, it's fine. No, I think um, I'm quite an introvert, and I think many people, when they first meet me, I can come across as a bit distant and not caring, and you really have to get to know me um, before I can relax with you. Like put me in a group, and it's a very stressful situation for me, and you will not really see me because I will be too busy trying to figure out how to behave in a group and such. But one on one, I prefer in depth conversations. I really dislike chit chat. So, who am I? I'm somebody who likes to get to know other people, and I want them to get to know me on a deeper level. I prefer we skip the chit chat and go straight into something that matters for you, like what do you care for in life, stuff like that. Um, and as a result, with some people, I mesh very well, and we can do that. Like Göran, you must remember him as well. He became a friend of mine thanks to the Agile Testing Days, and yeah, we always had these great conversations. But man, that question is is so tough. Why?
Yeah,
Why did I agree to this?
I don't know, but I can tell you, whiskey helps.
Yeah, I've already
Oh my
finished the first
Oh my God.
glass. Okay,
Uh,
let's try the Glenlivet.
yeah. Cheers. Cheers. Do you have good friends, close friends?
Not many. That's one of the things that I'm struggling with. Um, you don't think I'm old, but I'm still in my 30s. And what I notice is that it's easier to lose friends in this stage of your life than it is to get n- new ones, new, really good friends. Like I had my best friend, I lost him. Sounds weird when you put it like that. But he was my best friend since high school. We went through hell and back together. And still, when we started working, and he got a girlfriend that became later became his wife, and we sort of drifted apart. And that happens a lot. Like I don't have kids. Lots of my friends do have kids, and especially when the kids are young, they're it's apparently very hard time. So these people sort of drop off the radar for a little bit, and I don't really mind because the reason is clear and I'm fine seeing them twice per year as long as we have a good time then. And one of my other good friends, he moved across the country, and then we also sort of lost contact because since Corona, I don't know about you, but I really prefer meeting face to face over doing video calls and such.
Mm.
So my best friend right now is my husband, Oliver, and I have like two or three friends that I would call really good friends, and a large army of people you know pretty well, but would you call them friends? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, life is long, mm, and um, people come and go,
Yeah.
and that's it. And friends come and go, and they're very good, and very close friends, and you don't know why, but suddenly they are gone. And there are other ones that they are still there, and but they are few always.
Yeah.
I think the close ones, the truly ones, they are really few. Even in my age, when we get a new friends, um, and they get close and so on, but they are not that close as the one that I have since I am a child. And there are special one. My best friends died on Friday night, last week,
What?
and yeah, in my age, that's really got cancer, and within 1 month gone.
Oh
That's
my
it.
god.
Yeah, but that's life. It's life, and and thing is that yeah, I but I think that the other thing is when you get older, your expectations are higher. I think so.
Higher.
Mhm. In between of friendship, I think.
Hmm. Yeah,
In my case,
I think
no,
mostly that your life
I just want to lose
responsibilities
my
get in
time.
the
I
way.
don't want to lose my time. My time is precious.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It is, but if when I'm old and I look back, I'm sure as shit not gonna say, "Oh, I wish I spent more time working," you know?
Well,
No.
no,
I would rather spend time with my with family and friends and doing the things that I
of
like
course.
doing. Yeah.
Yeah, 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 that's true. That's true.
But also
So
with yeah.
no, no, please.
Well, about friendship, I feel that the stage in your life when you're going to university, when you just leave your parents' house and you go out and live in student housing, I think that was the most special time because no one had any obligations other than studying, and you could just hang out whenever. You just I think we still used MSN in those days. Oh my god! And you just chat each other like, "Hey, are you free? Do you want to grab dinner together?" And it was like, "Yeah, I'm free." And now everybody has to look at their calendar.
In AOL, right? AOL,
What? AOL?
Amazon.
We didn't use that in the Netherlands. Everybody was on MSN.
Okay, okay. Okay, I got it. Okay.
But nobody had obligations. Like, and now if I have to see my friend, it's like, oh yeah, let me look at my calendar. In about 6 months' time, I can see you for 1 hour. Yeah, that doesn't help.
I mean, the thing is I mean, for people who has, I mean, I'm from Spain, so for my wife now, and for my former wife, and also for friends, when I tell them that in Spain, for example, with in the house that I live, that I bought for my mother, and my cousins still live there, and even at 11 o'clock in the evening, they knock at the door and come in and chat with you, and then I start cooking for them, and we chat about 2 o'clock in the morning, and then when they want out, we open the door, and then we still at the door for 1 hour talking there, and in Germany, it may be like in the Netherlands,
I
that
think so.
so uh, um, so someone wants to come, yeah, but already busy this weekend, this weekend, so we can do it in June, July, August, whatever. Then we'll fit, and so we are more spontaneous. So, and
Yeah,
we have a very good relationship with my neighbors, and then just, hey, come, and then we can have some food and some drinks and so on. It's easier, and I am always easy in that sense. I mean, the Germans, also the Germans in my family, they are more strict on dates and so on. And for me, is something in my culture. Even I'm German too, but it's
yeah,
even in
yeah.
my culture. So I would like to go back for uh, about describing you. So because you describe you, and that's very nice, and thanks so much for that. But now I would like to know how your husband would describe you,
This
because
is
this
go-
is the test.
oh, this is gonna sound uh, like I'm boasting, but he honestly thinks I'm the best woman in the world, and I believe him that when he says that to me. I
Yeah,
believe he thinks that.
yeah. I believe him too. I believe him too. I think that's yeah,
and
because that's
and
why
and
he married.
he tells me every day, so I'm very
Yeah,
lucky.
that's very nice. Okay, why him? Now you have the chance to tell us why him.
Oh, that's very easy. Um, I saw him when I was going out with some colleagues. He was also a colleague of mine in a big consultancy company, but he was in a different team. And I saw him and I immediately liked him. And that's very rare because I rarely like uh, a man, at least, especially not at once. I don't really believe in love at first sight and that sort of shit. But I saw him and I immediately liked him the way he looked because he looked so so friendly and sweet, and it was totally different from like how guys normally want to look. Like a lot of men, they want to come across as tough and, you know, don't mess around with them. And he doesn't give a damn about that. He is sweet. He is
Yeah,
sweet.
yeah.
And
But
I
you know,
like that.
yeah. But I tell you a secret that everybody knows. Um, as much as you are loud in that sense, it's because you need to compensate something. I mean, when you are in when you are, I mean, it compensates in the sense. I'm sorry, in the sense of if I am with me, if I am with me, you know, and this is okay. And I think that when people are too much and so on, something is wrong there. Not by everybody, of course, but
Yeah.
I would say
Yeah, he
some.
he he doesn't feel like he needs to compensate for anything. And well, then that's I first saw him, but we didn't dare talk to each other. We were wussies, both of us. He thought I had a boyfriend because I brought my best friend. He was a guy, but he was my best friend, not my boyfriend. But he assumed, of course, that he was my boyfriend. And I didn't dare talk to him because I don't know, I was scared. I don't know. But then a couple months later, he joined my team, actually. And I know, oh, everybody's gonna say, don't shit where you eat, don't start a relationship at work. But love finds a way, and we slowly got to know each other better, and so we became friendly, and then we went for lunch walks, just the two of us. And then we had another evening where we went out with a lot of colleagues, and then I was like, okay, I gotta do something. And I just, here comes the brutally honest part. I just told him, I was like, hey, I like you. I just literally said that to him, and he was like, huh?
Oh my God, the girl with the boyfriend.
He knew by now that it was not my boyfriend. Um,
Well, but I always said this is a reason, but not a constraint.
well, there was a constraint because at the time he was sort of seeing someone, but he still went home with me, so that was a bit iffy. But that's how it started, and that's now well over 11 years ago. So
Cheers, not bad.
oh, it's always so funny to think back at that time.
So you just are talking about your work. So what went wrong in your life when you study culture and languages and so on, and then or for testing?
Yeah, well,
What?
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. I was really freaking lost in life. Okay, I think a lot of people are good at pretending that they know what life's about and that they're very sure about what they're doing. I had no idea. I only knew I had to get a diploma, a degree. Didn't really matter in what. I just picked that study almost at random, seriously, because I didn't know what I had to do. And I finished it. I took 5 years instead of 3 because I enjoyed the student life a lot. I enjoyed it a lot. And I don't regret it. I don't regret it. It was fun. But then also the 2008 economic crisis happened. You remember that one because you're old,
Lehman
right?
Brothers.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then I graduated in 2010, and it was very hard to get a job. Uh, if I wanted to do something with my degree, it was very hard to get a job. Like 200 people applying for one position. Forget it. Forget it. So I started working at an insurance company. Um, on the phone. I had to talk to people on the phone. That was a terrible idea because I was very scared of talking to people on the phone. It's not my hobby. And the people there, my manager, she saw that I was struggling, and she was like, look, there are the people behind the computers. Maybe maybe that's better for you. So then I started as a user acceptance tester for the business. Yeah, and that's how it sort of started. And yeah, I had no idea what testing was. It was eye opening, really.
No, nice, nice. And you see, now you and now you're here. You see.
Now I'm here.
Ah, so, do you know that Japan has the best here powder snow in the world?
Hmm.
Do you know that? Do you
I know
ski?
that. No,
No. Okay. Have
no.
you been there in Hokkaido and Nagano
Yeah,
and so on?
yeah. I was there last year actually, but it was in the summer, so there was no snow.
No snow.
No
Mhm.
snow. No.
What a shame. I plan. I would like to go there, and I already asked Uwe from
Mm,
my team if he would like to come because he likes also skiing and snowboarding, and so for maybe go for a week or 10 days something like that to Japan and go snowboarding. That would
yeah,
be
yeah.
nice.
Yeah, I went to the area where the best snow is, and I was very surprised to learn that actually Japan or Hokkaido is like one of the few places left where we can really organize the Winter Olympics with real snow, with only real snow, because there's so much
Oh,
snow there. But no, I don't ski. I tried it once in my life when I was 19 or something, and it was a terrible idea.
okay.
I,
So if from my side start snowboarding because I started snowboarding with 49.
wow.
Yeah,
You never broke something?
my finger, but
Huh?
2 years ago. But it was 1 year ago. But it was not really. I already stopped and just let me fall down. And when I fall down, I broke the finger. But yeah, sometimes I felt, but I didn't know. I mean, if you, it's like, I mean, we are going to speak about lifting too, but it's like every sport. If you do it carefully, if you know where your borders, that's fine. If you think that you are the world champion on snowboarding, then it's difficult. But if you
Yeah.
know, okay, I am an old guy, I am just enjoying and cruising the snow and so on, then it's fine. But if you think, okay, I am, Uwe is quite quick. No, he's really, but he's always very nice. He's always waiting for me down.
Oh.
So I just chilling down, so on. That's having my fun and so on. And he's really, but it's okay. And then we have some beers together, and that's good. Mm. So when did start this love from Japan? Or there is no love for Japan?
Yeah. Well, it started very cliche, like when I was 19 again, I started watching a lot of anime cartoons. And I was fascinated with the language. Um, and then in 2017, I took a sabbatical from work and we went traveling. And we knew that we wanted to go to Southeast Asia. So we went to Indonesia and Thailand. And then we wanted to see Japan because we had heard so many lovely things about it. And I still remember landing in Osaka the first time, and the culture shock was because you can't understand anything because you can't read the language. I had learned it a little bit, but still, I mean, it's something. It's very difficult to learn if you only speak Dutch and English and such. Did you see the movie Lost in Translation?
No.
Because okay, you should really watch it because that movie really depicts the feeling very well. You really feel lost in translation. And I love that feeling because it's very rare. The first time I visited Thailand, I had it too. That you get off the plane and the country, the smell, it smells very different. Like every country has a smell. And I love it. I love it. I love to smell a new country. That sounds weird. But hey, everyone has a fetish, I guess. Uh,
Oh, true.
or two. Although Japan didn't really have a smell per se, it's more like the lights and the noises and but then the people
I
are
understand
so
that. I
polite.
understand, I understand that. I mean, um, I've been in many countries around, business-wise, and I've been also in Japan, and I was lost in translation in South Korea, in Seoul.
Mm,
That was, but it's an amazing country. If you can go there, go there. It's an amazing country. But also related to smell, Israel is,
mhm.
from the smell point of view, also interesting, because it reminds me a lot from my childhood when I was in Spain, and yeah, that's good. Mm. So culture itself in Japan. Um, how was that for you? I was talking. I was last week in Madrid, and talking with some partners of mine, and one of them was also in Japan last year, and he said to me next year he's going back because he was amazed about the culture of the
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
How was it for you?
That's one of the reasons why I want to go back as well because compared to our culture, I think it's the same in I think almost all Europe, maybe in Spain a little bit less so, but especially in Germany and the Netherlands, we are an individualistic country.
Yeah.
And ever since Corona, or maybe even before, I have the feeling that people don't really care about other people in the public space. Like they're loud, they put their phone on speaker and get a call. They play TikToks with volume. Um, it may sound like small stuff, but being an asshole in the public space, it's not nice. And like once I was walking the streets with Oliver, and we saw a guy walking his dog. The dog took a shit. I mean, that's why you walk your dog, but the guy didn't clean it. And Oliver was like, "Excuse me, aren't you forgetting something?" And he just ignored us. And I guess that's even a good outcome because maybe he gets angry and he slaps you in the face. Who knows? You can't really speak to people anymore and correct their behavior, so to say. And contrast that with Japan, which is a collectivist culture, like the group matters more than the single person. And it's a whole different vibe. Of course, it has downsides as well, but as a tourist, you mostly see the upside. Like people are more quiet, they behave themselves. There is no litter on the ground at all, not even cigarette butts, not even gum. It's so clean. And on trains, people don't eat or drink unless it's the bullet train because that's rude to other people. Um, yeah, it's just very refreshing if you've been used to the individualistic culture and then you really see the upside. I guess if you're Japanese, there are downsides because I think it can also be suffocating
Mm.
because you have to put the needs of the group before the needs of yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Do you know that I read last week that the Japanese government opened the visa or whatever for people from around the world if they want to come to Japan to work.
Hmm.
So they, yeah, yeah. So just
I would do it. I could live in Tokyo for sure. I
it was too expensive, too expensive, really. Mm.
expensive?
Mm. I will
Oh,
tell the hotel are so crazy expensive. and the food
That
was also expensive.
no, that's not my experience at all. When were you there?
May- I was there 2000, uh, 2009, 2010. Mm.
Ah, because right now, especially after we had the inflation here last year, I think it was, the yen is positioned weak, so it's cheap. It's cheaper now to go there. So food, especially if you go to chain restaurants, it's really cheap. With the hotels, I agree. In Tokyo, it can be very expensive.
I remember that I was there with the Spanish board, and they paid my hotel, and I didn't went for breakfast because it's 2009, 2010, and at that time for breakfast they wanted something like $35, and I said I go to Starbucks, and I pay for a coffee and as a piece of cake was $17. Yeah,
What?
crazy. Yeah, yeah. And I said, this is the things that I have from Japan. Of course, the food is amazing, but
Oh, yeah.
that's
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, the real crime is that you went to Starbucks in Japan. That's the real crime.
I know, but it was the only thing in front of the hotel that where you
Oh.
can breakfast.
I would go to the convenience store like the 7-Eleven or the Family Mart or something.
I was young with the money. So let's go to your weightlifting. Why the hell do you do that? Explain to me.
Explain. Well, first of all, weightlifting is a sport that I do not do. That's the snatch and the clean and jerk. I cannot do that. That's way too difficult for me. Much respect to the people who do that, though. No, it was 2018, and I was young, as you say, and I was already starting to feel pain in my back and in my neck. I guess from working as a mobile tester, I was like looking at phones way too much, and I was like, dude, this cannot be real. This I'm too young to have a back pain already. And I was like, okay, what can I do? And I figured strength training would be a good idea. And I started with a personal trainer because I had no idea what I was supposed to do in the gym. And I told him I wanted to be able to do a pull up. That was my first goal. And it took half a year to be able to do the pull up because I was very weak, especially in my upper body. But after 2 months, the back pain was already gone. So that was a huge motivation to keep going. And then after 6 months, I could do the pull up, and that was also very motivating to keep going because you can really see yourself get stronger. And it was a very nice feeling. And I was like, this is a nice feeling. Let's keep doing it. And then I had a new assignment, and I had 3 colleagues that were into powerlifting. And they told me like, hey, why don't you try powerlifting? Maybe it is something fun for you. And I moved house, and I now live very close by a powerlifting gym. So it was like all the stars were aligned, and I joined the powerlifting gym, and I saw how strong the women there were. And I was like, holy shit, I thought I was strong. I could bench press 40 kilos at the time. I thought I was something. And there I saw ladies do 60, 70, 80 kilo bench press. And I was like, oh my God, this is possible. This is possible. So that was a very motivating environment to get good.
Yeah, this is it's crazy. How much can you lift?
I had a competition at the end of March, and there I lifted 130 kilo squat, 75 kilo bench press and a 185 kilo deadlift.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow. My dear, congratulations.
thank you.
Wow, that's impressive. What is the feeling?
Um, well, deadlift is my favorite lift because that is the one I can do the most, and especially after the last deadlift, I really gave it my all. Like my head is almost exploding because of the blood pressure and all the tension in your body. It looks hideous, but when you're all stretched out and you brought the weight up and the judge gives you a command down, and then you have to wait a few seconds to see if the three judges give you white lights because it's a jury sport. And then I had three white lights, and then you feel a crazy release, like, oh my god, I did this. I did this. And I was like going totally crazy, jumping, hugging my coach and stuff. Yeah, that was amazing. That makes it all
That's
worth it.
yeah. And how nervous have you been the first time in the competition?
Every competition, I'm very nervous because of the squat. Because there are rules. You have to squat, like, let's say this is me, and you have to squat deep. You have to go more than 90 degrees. You have to go
Okay.
beyond parallel.
Mhm.
And my legs are very long, so I have to go a very a long way down. And what makes me very nervous is that I don't go deep enough, and I will get red lights on all my squats. That is my nightmare. That is my nightmare. It has never happened, but that's why I'm so nervous that I will mess it up or something. And then for bench and deadlift, I'm no longer nervous.
Okay, that's good. I remember I did well, many years ago, 22 years ago. I started 23 years ago. I started to do archery at the
Mhm.
German league, League. So, and I played against the people who go to Olympia and so on. And I remember the first time, and I was quite good because I started also as an old man. It was already 38, something like that, but I can shoot quite well. So and and then when I start training, the people said to me in this club, you should come to the CADA. I don't know what the name in English. And so you need to participate in the championship. So and I was always relaxed because normally I'm relaxed. Yeah. And then I was there and I was like this.
Oh
And
no.
I didn't hit the front the desk. I didn't. I was there and said, and I said I stopped and said, what the hell is wrong here? Because but I was the pressure. I didn't understood that I had so much pressure on that. And then it got better and better and better. But at the beginning, it was so that I said, I don't need to demonstrate anyone that I can do that. I'm okay. I mean, I was let's say that for my age and for the time that I trained, I was very good. But of course, not in the range of the other ones because I made 500 40 550 rings, yeah, and you can make maximal 600. So I was very good. Okay. So and but far away from the good people. So this is nothing to the good. The people who go to Olympia, they get 600 each time. So and this is spectacular to see the movement, how good they are, and so on. And you are like this, so it's crazy. So, but it's nice. But I don't do that for many years. I have all the things here. Sometimes in my garden, I do that, but
You still try. What is your sport at the moment?
snowboarding.
Only snowboarding.
Only snowboard. Well, I go to the gym sometimes. And at the moment, I don't go there because I don't feel like that. And and I love snowboarding, and I would like to do more. The thing is that I'm sitting too much, so I'm losing
Mm,
my muscles. So I need to. There's a problem. I need to do sports like you with here. I need to do with my butt. I need to get the muscles there, and so that I can, because it's essential for snowboarding. Okay? And I need to do that, but at the moment, I don't have the time. That is also the point. And the most important thing is, I don't have the inner power, the
mm.
to convince myself to do it. Last year was very good. I was there almost every day, but at the moment there are too many things going on, and working on these two conferences that we have, and working on my bike business that's terrible at the moment, and working with Trendic, and there's so many things that I don't have
Too
much time.
much.
And that's but I need to do that, and I need to do that because we have only one life. But
Yep.
I change my alimentation. How do you call that? My nutrition.
Oh,
Change that. So I'm eating quite less. How do you call that? Um, Bread and so on. How do you call that?
carbs.
Um, yeah, carbs. Thanks so much. Mm, and eating less carbs. So, and but I'm fit. I'm better now. So I still. But what about you? Do you do other kind of sports or only that?
Well, no, this is my main sport. I tried running again last year, but oh my God, that was terrible. I gave it 3 months. I did a couch to 5K program. And then I ran the 5K and I was like, oh my God, never again, never again. I hate running. I hate it. So for my cardio, I prefer walking actually, or biking. I mean, I'm Dutch, so I bike everywhere. Non-electrical, no electrical bike, just me. It's purely my legs.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
I mean, it's a
Mm,
flat country. There's no reason for me to have an
that's true.
e-bike.
That's true. That's true.
Uh, and in the gym, I do some rowing, and we have the bike from hell, the assault bike, where you also have to use your arms. So I
Oh,
do that one. Yeah, because your heart is also a muscle that needs to be trained. So I don't skip
yes.
my cardio.
Yeah, I know. I got when I turned 60, I got um, a present from my wife. So I went to an institute in the south of Germany for a week where they check myself, all the muscles and all the things and so on. So this is special for how do you call it, the professional sports people. So this is a place where they check, and of course you can go there. It costs a little money, but it's fine, so that they can find out what are the things that are missed with you. So and they and not only that, they create also a sport program for yourself, so that you can
Oh,
do the things that you need, so that you get fit. And one of the things is cardio, of course, because I don't do much, so I need, let's they said for my age is okay, but it's not good enough for me. So I need to see that I get better. And then I need, of course, the things that I said to you, but I knew that I need my muscles, because I'm sitting too much. But the rest is fine. They were surprised about the power that I have in my hands and in my feet, uh, or my legs. Let's say that. But yeah, but I lost a lot of power, because in the early days I had a lot of power in my hands. But getting older, you lose it a little bit. But it's okay. But I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining. It's still okay to to lift a glass. So it's
Well, but it is it's one of the main reasons that I do all this. For me, I see it as an investment for my
Yeah.
future self, especially when women um, are in menopause. We are at risk for a couple of things, like the bones get more fragile, and we lose more muscle compared to men. So I
Yeah.
figure, well, what's good for your bones? Having more muscle and training the muscle, and also literally having more muscle. Well, I also recently got it measured, and I have way more muscle than the average woman. I mean, if I wouldn't
That's
have, it would be crazy because I do so much for it. So I'm like, okay, the more muscle I have when I'm like in my 50s or something, the better. And all natural, of course, because I mean, you can cheat and go for the steroids or whatnot. But I mean, that's just stupid because that's a whole other bunch of risks that you get. So
so it depends on. I mean, again, it depends on what you are looking for in your life. No, I mean, if
yeah,
you're looking to have a lot of muscles and do less, and that's okay. I mean, it's like all the things that people do with their body. If they want to do it, go ahead, enjoy the
yeah.
life.
But I feel like a lot of people don't really understand the risks. Because there's a trend on it's been going on for a few years, but like very young people, like guys who are like 18 or 20, and they're all on the gear, and they look huge, but maybe they will die when they are 30 because their heart will give out. I mean, that's
I
crazy to me.
I can tell you that I don't know if it's still true, but I think 3 4 years ago, 5 years ago, I think before Corona, um, I don't know how it was in the Netherlands. I don't know how it was in Germany, but from Spain, I knew that from my cousin that young guys, when they were 18, 19, 20, 22, 25, they took Viagra.
Huh?
I mean, and they used and I said, you know, totally crazy, totally crazy, and it was like a sport. And this is, I mean, when the people want to do that, so go ahead, enjoy, and but
Yeah.
this topic goes to the next one for me. It's about nutrition because now you are changing your, I would not say changing your career, but I would say moving in this direction. Why?
Yeah. Well, because I've always been very interested in healthy living. Uh,
Mhm.
First of all, for myself, since I became a vegetarian at age 19. I'm no longer a vegetarian right now at the moment, but I became a vegetarian and I started looking into healthy eating a lot more. And I felt great eating more vegetables and fruit and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, well, this shit really matters. And then I added the sport later. And at some point, I was like, well, do I want to be only a tester for the rest of my career? Nah, that's boring. I need something new. So I did a study to become a nutrition coach, and then I started a company for the nutrition coaching, just because I want to, basically, because I feel like I owe it to myself to try something new, instead of just being a tester and always wondering what if I had tried that. I should just try it, and I did. Easy.
Yeah, and okay, yeah, but was the driver for that?
Well, because I feel a lot of the companies that I did testing assignments for, I feel like I could not answer the question, are they making the world better or worse? Because I have worked for companies that were all in the business of selling crap, basically. And I helped build an app so people can buy more stuff. And I feel like as people, we need to buy less stuff because we're all dying in mountains of stuff. Like we have too much stuff, items. And I was like, I wanna help people actually make their life better. And a lot of people have trouble with their weight. A lot of people don't know how easy it actually is to eat healthy, and that it's better to lose weight. If you need to lose weight, lose it slowly, be kind to yourself. That's what I wanted to help people with. So that
Yeah.
that was the main driver.
But do you think that there is a relation between um, have good food and education and money?
Yeah. I mean, if you look at it holistically, there's a lot of angles you can consider. Like, what food were you given when you were growing up as a child? Were you growing up in a poor environment, yes or no? Um, our food environment as a whole right now is crazy. Like, it's way too easy to get only unhealthy food when you're out and about, and it's almost impossible to eat healthy in restaurants and stuff. So the whole thing is stacked against you because food is everywhere. So it is very, that is very hard. And also finding out why you are eating all that food. Like, what is the reason? It's also a mental thing. It can be, it can even be based in trauma. I don't know. I always have to find it out with clients.
Well, the thing is, uh, I think one of the point, of course, is based on the things that you ate when you were a child, because, for example, we were poor. Okay, I think 95% of the people in the world are poor. There are only few percent that are rich, so we were poor. And the thing is that, I mean, in the Canary Island, the base food of the Canary Island, because we don't have animals, so
Hmm.
uh, house or something like that. So the base, there are vegetables and fish. So that's the things, and olive oil. So this the things how I grew up, and we ate quite less meat. And for example, in my house, we I think we eat a lot of healthy things, or we eat only healthy things. I am cooking all the time, so that's the part thing. So, but I know families that they are eating from cans or cans. How do you call that? Huh? And
Hmm.
open a can of what we did when we were students. A can with noodles, noodles and pasta and soup and so on. So there are families eating that every day because it costs
Yeah.
1.99, and the point is, if the people don't have the money for that, then it's difficult. So because
Yeah.
they need to eat for 1 month,
Yeah.
um, and that's sometimes the poor people may eat better, because they're eating vegetables and all things, even if nowadays they are not cheaper, no? But of course cheaper than meat, no? But this thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, One thing that I have here is, do you have a mentor in your life?
Mm, no, I have some people that I can ask for advice on specific topics, but
Mhm.
not a mentor in that sense. No,
Mm. What is a blessing in your life?
Oliver. That's easy.
I knew that before I made the question. I knew that, but I said, he's going maybe to see that and hear that, and then he's going to be happy that you're saying. So
Yeah.
he's nice. He's a kind of, so that's good. So one part that I would like to handle to here to talk to you is about your childhood. How was that?
Well, assuming that my mother will not view this. Um, it wasn't dramatic, but it wasn't great either. For my mother, like my father is kind of absent. He was always working because he was the only one working, and he worked in construction during the day, and then he also had like um, off the books jobs, in the evening where he got paid in cash, so we could go on vacations. So we weren't rich, but we weren't poor either. I would say, at least as a child, I never noticed anything. But my mother was very strict, and also she had a very clear vision of how she wanted her children to be, and I was not what she wanted me to be, and she always told me, and that really hurt me as a child. Like I always have one example that is so crazy. Like when I got into puberty, I didn't care for makeup or clothes. I didn't care for it. And then we would go shopping in the city center, and she would point at other girls and say, "Oh, but they do have nice clothes, or they do have nice hair, or they have nice makeup." And what was implied and never said is that, "And you don't." So I always had the feeling that I wasn't good enough, um, which I think still impacts me to this day, even though therapy was had and such. Um, but when I was 15, I got my first boyfriend, and he was also very good to me because thanks to him, I sort of decided, well, wait, why am I playing this game? Because I was always trying to be good enough for my mother, and then I just stopped. And I was
Okay.
like, you know what? I cannot win. Whatever I do, it's never good enough. So I will stop giving it an effort. And well, that was a tough time because we had a lot. I fought a lot with my mother at the time because she wasn't. She was even less happy with me. But it was good. It was good for me because it forced me to give less of a fuck about what she was thinking of me and being happy with myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting because I think that even if your mother see that, it's not wrong, I guess. And maybe the thing is also to understand that that your mother is also carrying some packages
Oh,
from
for
her
sure.
father or father
For
and so on.
sure.
And I think many parents wants to. I mean, I have four children, and it's quite difficult to step back. And I'm doing that quite nicely because I've learned that from my mother, I guess. My mother has a very nice way to not to control you, but to drive you without telling you much. And
Mm-hmm.
we have seen phases in my older kids where they have some kind of allergy with the water, so taking a shower was a problem for them. And I remember my wife said to me, "So you need to tell them something." I say, "Me? No. They go to the school. Someone's going to tell them. I
Yeah.
I'm out of I'm out of the business. So I'm that's I always said the life will give you feedback. So that's the
Mm-hmm.
thing. I don't
Mm-hmm.
I don't need always to be the one. So and I can say something once or maybe two times, but I am not the one hitting you all the time. And even for other things, for example, what they need to study, or for example, the marks in the school. Maybe I am the only parent in the world that tell the kids, you need also to party. My son, who is studying in Spain, because he's studying a lot and he wants to be on the top. And I said to him, yeah, but don't forget to party. You need to party. It's part of the life. Party, party.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Mm-hmm.
part. You need to. I mean, you need to have an aim, of course, but you need to party too because it's part of the life. And I
Yeah.
think that I'm one of the few parents telling that. But it's childhood is not easy for anyone, I guess. We all.
No, but you know what was best for me to leave the house when I was 18 and I moved out. That was the best because then I was out of her literal vision, and there was less control, and that was good for her. And
And then
then
you
our
party,
relation
and then you
improved.
party.
And then I party, of course.
How's the relationship now with your mother and your father?
Yeah, it's okay. It's I would for me the relationship is a bit too superficial because we avoid discussing the deep topics because we're afraid of hurting each other. Is my assessment of the situation, at least. Because when I was in my early 20s, I tried to talk about what happened in my childhood, and my mother would hear none of it. She did not want to talk about it. So I put it out of my mind. It's just not going to happen. So I'm happy with the relationship as is. I mean, it's good, and I think it's important to be there for your parents and stuff. But also, my mother knows that she cannot go over my boundaries anymore because I will tell her when she goes too far. So it's
Mm,
like a détente. It's like a yeah. It's peaceful, but there it's very easy to break the peace.
okay. Are you the only child, or do you have brothers and sisters?
I have one younger sister.
Okay.
Yeah. She always wants to come to the Agile Testing Days because she wants to see my talks. So, can am I allowed to bring her?
Yes. She's my special guest. Yeah, bring her.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, but are you running a keynote? No, you're not running a keynote, right? Not
No,
anymore.
no,
Last
this
year.
year I will not be here. No.
Yeah. You need to be good again. Uh, Please bring her. Send me an email. This is a service only for a very good friend. So,
Okay, okay. Yay.
so, so we are now closing the bar. So, and there is always some questions that I mostly ask to my guest. And but before I start with these questions, I have one more question. Um, do you miss something? There is something that you want to get to achieve in your life.
Um, I wish, the only thing I wish is that money was out of the equation in my life. I just wish that I wouldn't have to worry about money at all. And not in the
Mm,
sense that I want to be rich. I don't give a damn about that. But just that I could uh, live my life without the constraints of having to earn money. And that's not because I want to be lazy. That's not it. But I want to be able to decide what I do with my life. Like right now, my nutrition coaching business, it's not good enough. It's not enough for me to earn my keep. Um, and it gives me a lot of stress at times. And I wish that I wouldn't have to worry about money because then I wouldn't have to worry about stress and I could just work without feeling that pressure. I think
yeah,
that's the only thing I'm missing right now.
yeah. I can tell you, it's not getting better when you have your own company. Mm.
So,
That's
yay.
yeah, yeah. This is it's a difficult situation, and it's always yeah, it's not easy. And but I don't know what is the solution. It's a difficult thing, but there is something that I missed that you want me to be asked.
No, no, I just I had no expectations going in, and I don't mean that in a negative way at all. I was just like, okay, let's have a drink. Let's go with the flow.
Yeah.
See where the conversation brings us. Your first question was the hardest by far.
Oh, no. Okay. Um, I know the answer already, but I will do the questions. What is your favorite drink? Your favorite drink is whiskey, I guess.
Alcoholic drink, you mean? Because my
No,
favorite
no,
drink,
no, no. You can say water. I drink also water here.
it is water actually, like water, or maybe coffee actually.
Yeah.
Oof.
Are you a coffee junkie?
Not a junkie. I'm a coffee lover, but I limit my consumption on purpose
Okay.
because it's not
Ha-
good for your sleep.
okay. Have you done a coffee taste training
No,
testing?
no. The only
You should.
type of coffee I love is filter coffee. Give me a good filter coffee and I'm happy.
Okay. No, when you do a testing on coffee, you get the powder and hot water and let go down, and then you get it let it cold, a little bit cold, and then you taste it, and you can taste the different flavors of coffee, and that's very interesting because normally um, uh, people drink coffee and warm and that's it, and but the coffee has different tastes, and
Mhm.
really, and if you love coffee, do that. It's very nice. I drink mostly. Um, I think I drink more coffee than water in the day.
Oei.
I'm yeah, pretty all day, and I drink coffee like water, and that's.
Mm.
But
No, I
it's
only drink it in the morning.
no, till 5 o'clock in the evening. I'm drinking coffee. Mm.
If I drink it after 2 p.m., it impacts my sleep, so I don't do that.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, I don't sleep. I am doing the agile testing days way.
Sleep.
Sleep is overrated. Um, uh, there is a favorite book for you. This is a book that you say, okay, this the book of my life.
Well, I think you know that one. That is Thinking Fast and Slow, of course. It's the best
Why?
book. It brought about a paradigm shift in my thinking. Also, in the way I was doing my work as a tester, because of the two systems of thinking, like the fast thinking and the slow thinking, and that you think you use slow thinking a lot, but actually a lot of what you do is the fast thinking, and it's very error prone. And as a tester, you want to avoid errors and biases as much as possible. And the book opened my eyes to the fact that testers aren't impartial. We are also influenced by biases and stuff, and it made me even more a proponent of exploratory testing and such. Like
Mhm,
more people should form an opinion about the software. It cannot only be the tester. That's just nonsense.
mhm. And there is a favorite song for you.
Genesis Supper is ready. It's a
Okay.
very long song. It's like 23 minutes. It's got
Oh my God.
everything.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
You don't know it?
If I hear it, yes. If I hear it, yes. I know everything. I know many songs. But I mean, the longest thing that I hear was from Pink Floyd. It also takes
Mm.
30 minutes.
Echoes.
Yeah, yeah, that's crazy.
Echoes is like 24 minutes long. I love that song as well, by the way.
Mm, yeah. So, if you could spend one evening with three people talking about anything you want, and the people could be alive or they could be already dead, and who could be this one?
Oh my god, dude. Um, yeah, I think I would like to hear more from certain artists. Uh, think like David Bowie or Freddie Mercury or something like the crazy people. I just want to know what drives them and how they went through life because my life feels so boring in comparison to how crazy their life was, and I would just be interested to see how they perceive their life, if it was crazy to them or just probably it felt normal for them. I don't know. But a third person, I don't know. Your questions are difficult.
I can tell you from I never said before. Um, um, I think from the business part, but also not from the business part, but because I would like to, for example, the things that we are doing now. I would like to do it with Jerry Weinberg. Um,
Oh
uh,
yeah.
yeah, I think that I was talking to him um, about bringing him to the Agile Testing Days a few years ago, but he was already very ill, and he said even not online. And this was a pity because I wanted to meet him. I wanted to have him, and I really would like to spend
Yeah.
even an evening with him, just talking
Yeah.
and near him,
Agree.
and yeah, that from the business part, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
From the other part, there are many people, even many people alive. I mean, I like to sit in on a bar and talk to people. So that's and sometimes maybe the most interesting talks with people. I mean, I work in a bar when I was young, and the most interesting talks you can have with people are when these people are easy people, and maybe I don't know how to call the people who's cleaning the streets and someone like that.
Mm.
So that talking to them, and when they open their heart and so on. So this could be uh, very nice. It doesn't need to be Barack Obama. Of course, I will spend also a night with him, have a nice dinner, a nice wine. Could be very nice. But I think if you want to go deep into someone and to understand things and so on. It's easier with that kind of people, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Where I'm wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the last but one question, Mike, is there any confession to finally make in public?
What is this? A Catholic endeavor?
Oh, no. Are you religious?
No. No.
I, ca- I told you I was last week in Spain, and I am not religious at all. But I go into any temple that I can. So it doesn't matter which religion, but I go there and have a look because I am interested in that. And in Spain, I was in a church, and for the first time since I was a child, I saw people doing confessions. And I was with my son, who is studying in Spain. I was there, and I said to him, I would like really to hear that. I would like to hear what they are talking about, because I remember when I was a child, and of course you need to go to the church. Not we don't need to go to the church, but you have the first communion and so on. And for
Hmm.
that,
Did it
you
too.
need to do you need to, before you do the first communion, you need to confess all your scenes. Yeah. So you are 10 or 12 years old, something like that, and there's no sins in my life. So at that point, not even today.
Really? Really?
I remember that I said something to the priest there, just to be done. Okay. And I said to my son, I cannot imagine, not even today, really, not even today, that I have any kind of sin, because all the things that I do, they are not sins. So in my eyes.
Then your sin is hubris that you think you don't have sins. Come on, man.
So what's your sin? Make the confession now.
I once stole a pen when I was like 11 or 12.
Oh,
That's a sin.
okay. That's
Yeah.
nothing.
Woo.
That's nothing.
That's nothing.
Yeah, to how do you call that? Padre Nuestros and Ave Maria, and that's good.
No, but if I had a sin, I mean, I would be very stupid to confess it on the internet where it will be forever. No, I'm not gonna do that.
Where is the best place on earth?
Wherever Oliver is.
Wow.
With
We need
him,
to,
everything is better.
yeah, that's very good. I take care of him. I mean, this
Hmm.
is, I mean, when you find the person in your life, and keep it, and not only keep it but take care. I mean, this is one of the things, I can tell you. I already divorced once, and I think the solution is to take care of the people.
Yep. Yep.
If you take care of the people that you love, they will stay there, and
Yep.
they will love you. And this is something about giving and taking in the most of the cases. Yeah. And
Yep.
that's very nice to hear that. I mean, we see you there, we see you both, and this is that's very nice, and I'm happy that you said that. And he also, Oliver, congratulations in the public. Hmm. My dear, thanks so much. It was so great. Okay, take care. A big kiss or hug to Oliver. Okay, yeah. Okay, are you drinking this now? Okay, for the night. You need to forget. You need to forget. It's part of the
It wasn't
business.
that bad.
Okay, thanks so much. Okay.